wow, wow, wow. And they're
Yeah.
all marching along. Sorry, baby. It was fun.
Hey, it's that man in uniform thing, Matt.
Yeah. I hope you get better soon, Blaine. We're going
I
to be
feel
thinking
fine
about
now. It's like weird. It's like after I left the hospital, the emergency room, I felt fine. I feel fine now. So whatever they gave me must have worked.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. But you have to keep taking it because it'll make you think, oh, I'm better. And then you stop taking it, and then suddenly you're not better at all.
They did not give me anything past the hospital. There was no prescription, no nothing. So I guess what they gave me was a one-time deal, and it worked. So hey, I'll take the win.
Hello, Archangels of the Paranormal. Tom, you're the best, man. You are going to love our guest. Let me tell you a bit about our guest, okay? Andrew Cato. Basically, he's helped Matthew and I lose weight in a very positive way.
Yes.
It's a wonderful thing to be able to have someone that can help you, can ask you about your goals and, what are your problems and that kind of thing. And then, hold you accountable, but also help you figure out what's going on. How is this affecting you? And I'm telling you, he's doing a great job with us. I feel great. I even went to the doctor when I didn't want to go, and his advice, you know what, you should go see about that. So I did, and I got treatment, and now I can't even say that I'm insomniac anymore. I mean, that's pretty great. I mean, it's awesome to have somebody that can support you. So this is Andrew Cato. Hey, Andrew.
How's it going, everyone?
Hey, Andrew.
Up.
How's it going?
How's it going?
All right.
As well. Yourself?
Doing good.
All right. So what we're doing, yes, it's very good. You can lose weight via lifestyle changes.
Yes.
And get the workouts in and work on your intake of food, but you have to have healthy food. Okay. Right. You can't cheat and then think, and nothing happened. And why not? So, Andrew, what kind of feedback have you gotten from your clients, how their health is affecting their overall mental well-being?
So my most successful clients have experienced reduced pain, a lot more reduced pain, a lot more self-confidence, excitement about the progress they're seeing. Whether it's doing things that used to cause them pain and now it's not, or pushing weight that they never thought they'd be able to push. My one in-person client is doing pull-ups. Swore she'd never be able to do pull-ups. She's doing pull-ups. And when she started with me, she had pain in her shoulder area. No more pain.
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah,
that's incredible, because pain will, it will make you feel like you're losing your life, like the quality of your life is gone.
Yeah,
it's debilitating.
You get to a point on some of that stuff where you feel like, am I ever going to come back? Is this something? Yeah. Is this the new norm? Is this where I'm going to be? And I think that's where a lot of people get is, are they stuck where they're at? And is there anything other than down from where they're at?
Wow. So Tom said, what a gift to help someone learn to live again. And that is exactly what you're doing. That's why I called this particular episode of Family Spirit, Mind, Body, and Spirit. And Andrew's mission is to build better minds and bodies and habits. And he said he's driven adults to recover from severe physical injury or PTSD without extreme diet or exercise. And everybody's unique, and they have their own strengths and weaknesses. So his goal is to help people reach their goals using the time and resources they have while giving tools to be successful. And that is absolutely what I've experienced and what Matthew's experienced. Yes, and Christopher is 100% right. He's in the chat room helping. Being able to do weight loss without the use of medication is a huge win. Just slowly, baby steps, getting it back.
No,
So
Andrew, with someone like me, I worked in the Air Force for 26 years loading aircraft, and my body is just beat to death. I have no cartilage in either one of my knees. I've got 3 fused vertebrae in my back. I have shoulder issues. I have ankle issues. I can't lift anything real heavy because it hurts too bad. I can't run at all. And doing simple sit-ups just hurts my back so bad. And then lifting anything with my legs, my knees just say no.
Understood. That's a lot to have to deal with.
We've also got people chiming in that she has Crohn's and she went holistic instead of chemo meds, and she has been flare free for 14 years.
Wow. That's
Tracy,
amazing.
girl,
That
send
is
me some of the
awesome.
recipes, okay?
Go
Because
Rizzo.
tonight I promised the chat room recipes of healthy food options. So yes, go Tracy.
Yeah.
So
that's
what
awesome.
what would
That's
you
awesome.
recommend for someone that is recovering from injuries that may have or probably do have permanent effects on their body getting to the new norm?
So first of all, you have to listen to your body. And everybody has a different starting point. So, someone like me, I haven't had severe injuries. My mission behind all this is, one, dealing with injuries, but also PTSD, and the PTSD is where I've been at.
Yeah.
But dealing with injuries, hopefully, not everyone is fortunate to have dealt with a really, really good set of doctors. So
That's
not
true.
everybody has rehabilitation exercises that have been prescribed. Hopefully you do. But the first step would be, one, listen to your body, follow the advice of the doctors that you've been working with, continue to do the post-operative or post-injury exercises that the doctor or the physical therapist has prescribed, and don't let soreness be a deterrent to working out. And honestly, when regardless of where your starting point is, just making incremental changes goes a long way. A lot of people discredit just walking.
Yeah.
Just walking 5 to 15 minutes a day when you haven't really been doing any kind of exercise program, and making incremental changes to your diet goes a huge long way into helping rebuild and repair, getting back that quality of life you were experiencing before.
Yeah.
Blaine, in your case, you may never run again because of the issues with the knees and the fused back. But that doesn't mean, you have to, get up and walk to the restroom. You have to, walk in performance of your job duties, I'm sure. So even just adding just for a sake of argument, adding 5,000 steps to what you're already doing, adding a 5 to 10 minute walk, in between, taking longer rest breaks or whatever, to where you're actually getting up and moving, that'll go a long way.
Okay.
And I am not a fan of sit-ups anyway. I don't have, a
No
spine that's
for
fused,
me.
but I have, with Lee and with my in-person client, both of them had issues that they had to deal with, and needed the core built back. They don't do any sit-ups. I haven't prescribed any of them sit-ups.
Yeah. I'm actually
I'm
doing
not a
chair
fan of them anyway.
exercises because I messed up
Right.
my
So,
what's that thing called? Meniscus. I tore my meniscus in my knee, and I've been wearing a knee brace. So I was wanting to do yoga, and then Kato said, "Hey, what about yoga in sitting in a chair?" Well, I found some, and oh my gosh, they're not as easy as you'd think. It's not like picking apples in a chair or whatever. No, there's things that you can do with your legs and your feet, and it will help your core. I mean, I was so proud that I could say that I was actually showing, some muscle definition from the things I've been doing sitting down.
Yeah.
I do want to throw out there something that Tom from the Archangels of the Paranormal said: physical and mental traumas. Wait a minute, let me get it. There it is. Physical and mental traumas are the hurdles to overcome for overall well-being and health, similar to what trauma can manifest in the paranormal realm. And, I wanted Dr. Young, Robert Young, who was a co-host with the show for a while. I wanted him to come on the show. He's the one that's been able to point out information. He was a VA psychiatrist supervisor in Washington State. And he said that he's been able to put together information that there are actual curses that are placed on soldiers in the Middle East, and that it's contributing to our PTSD. Now, everybody that has anything to do with the show, minus me and Christopher, have been on a deployment. Now, I deployed on my own way. I was here trying to figure out what to do, without my husband here, because he's the brain of the operation over here.
That's scary.
I did all right. I didn't do. Did I do okay?
You did all right.
I didn't get a gold star, apparently. That's okay.
Well, the good thing for us is you had multiple chances to get it, and you got better every deployment. You got better with it. So.
Yeah. Well, one of the things Andrew pointed out to me in our assessment is that he knows what it feels like to have inner struggles, feeling powerless to overcome, not having the strength or the energy to be in a crowded area or to fight sleep because you don't want to have a dream. And buddy, I know that one. Mm-hmm. I know that one well. And he spent 21 years in the Army, and he's been on 3 deployments. And I said, we've got to have him on because Brandon's a vet, you're a vet, Matt's a vet. And we do things for veterans with our performance, with our shows as is. In fact, we're working on a program right now, shelter dogs to service dogs for veterans. Nice. So, this is going to be one of our first, this show will be held and dedicated when we get on Amazon TV, Fire TV. It's like, I think it's from Fire Stick maybe, but it's called Amazon Fire TV now. This will be going over, as well as it'll be going on our new Roku channel, the new improved. So I hope that everybody that's watching understands that we're trying to bloom from ashes. I mean, every one of us is a phoenix.
Yes.
And we are rising from the ashes, and we're not being held back. Oh, and Tracy said that chair yoga is great. It is great, and it's not easy. So it definitely, I was sore here, and I was sore up in my stomach area and in my upper thighs, and it didn't do anything to my knee. So I've actually been doing pretty well. So how do you go about setting up a client?
So a couple different ways. Several of my current clients have been through referrals, but the process goes something like this: whether it's referral or they reach out to me, through social media or whatever. We'll get on a call to kind of figure out where they're at. Then they'll fill out a onboarding questionnaire, and using that questionnaire plus the call that we jump on, kind of gives me a good feel for where they're at. Go through the sales call process, and we decide, hey, yep, we're a good fit. What I have will work for you, and you're interested in coming on board and doing this thing. And from there, I build out the plan custom to what they are going through. We kind of come to an agreement what the length of that time looks like, whether it's, a 30-day, 90-day, whatever. And, then, I build out that program based on whatever their needs are, and we go from there.
Yeah. And that's a great thing that your program does, is it works off of what their needs are. So many times when you got people that are in the field of being coaches, being what's the other word I'm looking for? Trainers, personal trainer type things. So many times you find that they already have a cookie cutter idea of what things need to be, and they want to put you in that box. And us as veterans, we don't always fit in those boxes, because our boxes may have been we are sometimes a very distorted and twisted ball of a lot of different things. And our distorted and twisted ball has to fit in somewhere. And it may not always be inside of somebody's predetermined box of what they think things should be. And that's a great thing about what way you've got your system is one thing you understand, some of the things, some of the injuries, some of the experiences, and some of the, especially with the PTSD, things that people are going through
that is so real.
That are soldiers. And you understand that, I may not feel like going in a gym with a bunch of, lack of a better way of saying it, muggles, people that are non-military types, a bunch of civilians, and, some listening to, what someone calls, pushing themselves or whatever, and then I also may not want to get back in that environment, because that was one thing that my environment in the military may have, that wasn't a constant. That was one of those things that was overwhelming sometimes. And not every soldier wants to be back in that environment. Not every soldier wants to be in, in that gym environment. Not everybody wants to be around all those people. Some people may need to say, hey, I don't want to leave my house. I want to stay here. Tell me what I can do here. I don't want to go to a gym. I don't want to go in there with a bunch of 20 somethings that are, standing in front of a mirror for 30 minutes flexing. I certainly don't want to be a part of that, So you understand that concept that people are going through, whereas a lot of other personal trainers are not going to understand that concept.
My problem is I know what I used to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I could do this. This is what I used to do. Now I sit down and try to do what I used to do, and I'm not doing it. It's like, wait a minute. I can't do this. And that just hurts the ego, and right where I live. Yeah. So, yeah. Tom just chimed in. He was like, yeah, I'm working on turning my keg into a 6-pack. It's so funny. Yeah, you have to take a person's fingerprint to help them overcome what's holding them down.
Right.
PTSD, trauma. We've got people joining us. Everybody that's joining us, I want to let you know that we're talking to Brian Cato, and he owns Holistic Fitness. And we're just interviewing him about what kind of work he does with his clients, and how he's able to help them overcome obstacles. And the way that if you hear a dog, that's Luna. She's over here. She stole a biscuit from Mom, and she hasn't come to say hello, Blaine, because she stole a biscuit, and she's busy right now.
She's heard your voice, so she knows.
Yeah, she's looking for you. Yeah. My little. Can you reach her? Where'd the biscuit go?
She probably ate it.
She might. Yeah, she might as well go ahead and come and say hello to Blaine.
Yeah, she always photobombs. Here's little Miss Luna.
Oh, hi, Luna. Hi, baby girl.
There's you.
Hey, so baby.
It's not me.
Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, say hey.
You said hello to Blaine.
Hello to Blaine. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew we weren't, like slobbering and snoring and stuff.
We snarl every now and then, but today we're doing okay. It's a good day for us.
So I do want everybody to know that Cato is a master fitness trainer with the Army, and he's ISSA CPT certified personal trainer and a CNC certified nutritional coach. And there's more, strength and conditioning specialist, bodybuilding specialist. Well, I will never call you for that talent. you can check me off that list. Oh my Lord. Online certified coach. So that's cool. So that means that just because he's not beside you, or you can't just go drive and sit down beside him, you can still use his expertise. And he's also an ISSA elite trainer. So with all of those check marks in place, I feel like, hey, this is something we needed to show people.
Yeah.
Bo, come say hi.
There he is. Is he still in trouble?
No.
He got
For the
off the
moment,
bad list. His dogs decided to disassemble his fence the other day when we were on our show. So I thought maybe they were still in trouble.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Matt.
trying to grow
He
out of
took
my
out. He took out 2 of those 8-foot slabs.
Wow.
I mean, from the bottom, took it all. I don't know how he did it, but he ripped the whole thing.
Is there a squirrel on the other side? I think he went for
No, there's
squirrel.
2 dogs.
Squirrel dessert. Oh, it was another dog.
Yep.
We've all done some crazy things going after another dog, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just posted on my wall grilled garden vegetables recipe. I said that during our show, I would put this out there. So I'm doing that. Here's a cucumber salad. There's only like 4 different recipe like ingredients for it. So you can just whip it right up. So these are free. Watching the show benefits. So where do you feel like the biggest, like, do you see a common concern for people when it comes to their diet? I mean, I was thinking this is going to suck. I'm going to try to do this and I'm going to be craving pasta or potatoes or something, but I haven't really. So, I mean, what do people usually complain about most?
So for the most part, it's not understanding portion sizes. Like what do I need? Honestly, the biggest thing is the American diet, especially, is low in protein, and protein is really the portion of the macros that is responsible for the way your physique looks. So most people are way under consuming protein, which not only, helps you build muscle, but it's also repairing damaged tissue. It's used in all kinds of of your body processes. And even just the little bit that we're getting in the typical American diet, all that's doing is keeping us alive and basically replacing the cells that we slough off, each and every day. And it's not providing the support we need to actually build muscle or lose weight, get in better shape and what have you. And then not understanding how to read, the typical nutrition level. People, especially the American diet, is mostly filled with highly processed, high in sodium, high in sugar foods because it's easy. These days everybody is so busy. You're having to many times hold down 2 and 3 jobs just to make ends meet, especially if you.
What happened?
Much time.
There we go.
You're going to grab something that's easy. Oh, what did you miss?
Last thing you were talking about how American diet we go for what's easy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody's so wide open with work or trying to keep up with kids or whatever that you're going to grab something easy because it's quick, it's simple, not realizing that this thing is completely full of preservatives and everything else is not giving you the nutrients you need. Not to mention currently with the way we've done our farming and all that stuff, nutrition is not as nutritionally dense as it used to be. So
right,
we're the key. Most people don't understand that keeping to the outside of the grocery store is really where it's at when in terms of staying healthy. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to only eat from there. Just 80-20 rule. 80% should come from the outside of the stores. Whole foods, and then 20% of it can be filtered in with the other stuff. Those simple that with a little bit of pre-planning and a knowledge of what you need for your body, and based on whatever your goals are and your time frames that you're dealing with, you can really eat healthfully, stay within a budget, and still enjoy the foods you enjoy.
I mean,
I
that
still go.
inspired me a lot because I saw what you were posting, the food you were posting. You're like, look, you can still plan ahead, and still eat good. And I was like, oh my goodness, that looks yummy. I don't know what it was, but it looked good.
Imagine sitting in the office and having to smell it all the time. Like, bring it up for everybody. No, you didn't.
Yeah,
okay,
we need to start planning. I think that's our next. That should be our next goal. Together is to start planning food that we can take with us, to work, so that we're not having to do drive-through.
Right.
There's nothing great about drive-through.
No, there isn't.
Even at Three Marias, though, it's pretty good. That's a pretty good place.
Yeah.
Well, again, if you plan ahead, you can still hit the drive-through, or you can still go out and eat out and still stay on track. The nutrition may not be quite as nutritionally dense. You may have to kind of play with that those macros that your plan to make it work throughout the day. But with a little bit of pre-planning, you look at the menu ahead of time and you can say, okay, yep, this fits within what my goals are, and you can stay okay. It may not be perfect, but again, nothing in life is perfect, and the main goal, and I'm talking long term. I'm talking lifestyle, not I'm trying to get on a bodybuilding stage in the next month.
Which I will say never.
my whole goal is for anybody that has I have any influence on, to start thinking long-term lifestyle changes, not, oh, I need to get in shape for this wedding, or I need to get in shape for this thing, and then you just kind of let it all go out the door. Because I don't know about the rest of you, but me personally, I want to live as long as I can and stay as healthy as I can for as long as I can.
Mm-hmm.
You got guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger and I just drew a blank. Sylvester Stallone, they're in their 70s, 80s, whatever, and they're still lifting weights and looking incredible.
Right.
And then you got, the average person that's, 50, 55, and they can't hardly, walk down the sidewalk without getting out of breath, and they look terrible. It's like, God Almighty, and all it is those guys have spent their life trying to make good decisions around what they're doing, as far as what they're putting in their body and what they're doing with their time. And everybody can live that way. You may not be quite as jacked, not everybody wants to do rounds of steroids and stuff like that, but you can stay in really good shape and feel good just by making some incremental changes throughout your lifestyle and live an incredible life.
So I know a lot of people on here have watched me and have followed kind of some of my weight loss progress. And so today, now it's been a year, right? I started this thing in January.
This has been incredible, Blaine. I'm so proud of him.
So I'm at about 43 pounds.
He's so pretty.
Damn it, boy.
So, and it's one of those things where it's taken. Now, I did things in the past to lose weight, to do things. I'm in the military. So sometimes you have to do things to lose weight, to go to a school or to be in a class or to go do this. And we've all done it.
Yep.
We've all done what we had
when
to do.
When I was modeling, I'd wear a trash
Right.
bag and eat grapefruit and deviled eggs every Saturday.
It
was horrible.
When I wrestled, when I was in school, you show up and you realize you're overweight, and you throw a trash bag on and you make a run around the gym, and you start trying to lose water weight as fast as you can to make weight. So I mean, there's all kind of things that we've done in the past that we didn't think were as bad, but they're bad. Doing things like that and it is really bad on your system. and it's not sustainable. It's something you can do for a short period of time to lose that weight, to get where you need to be, but it's not sustainable. So I've done, through this, and with the help of Andrew, I've been able to go through some of this, and it's a new mindset. It's a learned mindset on how to change. Portion control has been a major thing for me because I love to eat, and I love food, and I'm a foodie, and if I a great big old steak and potatoes, it's my thing. That's my jam.
Yeah, mine too.
I want to be a part of that as much as possible. And then, going and ordering a 20-ounce porterhouse was an awesome thing back in the day, but I can't even eat that much anymore because I've changed the way I eat and the amount of times that I eat to get to this point. But the important part about this is I didn't gain the extra weight overnight. It took time. I gained the weight little by little, and I would see the weight, and I'd be like, I'll get it off later. I'd see, I'm like, okay, I'm 10 pounds overweight, more than I want to be, but I can do something quick and I can lose it. Well, now I'm 15 pounds more than I want to be, and I can get it later. And I kept saying, I'll get it later. I'll get it later. I got too busy. I got too many other things going on. And I did that for a long period of time in my life. And then I realized, oh crap, I'm in a situation now where this is catching up to me. And now I got grandkids, and I want to live to be able to enjoy them and go out and play with them like I did with my kids. I don't want to be that old guy that has to sit on the porch and watch the kids play and not be able to get out there with them. Right. So I said, I got to do something to get this back. I'm not going to die before these kids grow old. I'm going to enjoy life with them. I'm going to dance with my granddaughter at her wedding. And I'm going to dance with my great granddaughter at her wedding too, at their wedding too. So, I have these goals in life, and I want to make sure that I'm still around and still functionable, when that happens. So you got to take your time. It's and go at the pace that's best for you. And that's where having somebody that's got your back, having a coach that's got your back with the tools that they have that everybody just doesn't have, with apps that they got and the programs that they got and the supplements and the food that they got, that they have the ability, that they resources that they open you up to, and the knowledge, the years and years of knowledge that they do, understanding and comprehending all this stuff. I can tell you anything there is know about building a helicopter. I can tell you anything there is know about building motorcycles and airplanes and guns and cars. But when it comes to the human body, I don't know as much about it as a lot of other people. So why not let an expert work with you and help you in this process? And it's a time consuming thing. You just got.
I do recommend everybody that's watching to contact Cato and see if there's something he can do to help you. How can people reach you? I know that I'm going to ask you this several times throughout the show, but how can people reach out to you?
So I have Instagram, no _limits_ fitness holistic _fitness. I don't know if there's a way to post that.
Yep. Text it to me and I'll put it out here for you.
Okay.
I can do this.
Also,
I can do this.
also have my Facebook group. I have a private Facebook group that anybody can submit, the questionnaire or whatever, and join that. I would like to say that I am a very regular poster in there, but that is a work in progress. I'm still have a 9-to-5 job and work National Guard, so a lot going on. So I do try to post in there at least once a day. And then I have my personal Facebook group, and I post regularly in all of those. So, and I check all my messages. So, and I also have the No Limits Holistic Fitness.com website. So cool. There's all kinds of ways to find me.
Awesome. That's great.
So I pulled some cards for you, I just thought, well, while you were talking, I started kind of feeling connection, and it's really cool that these 2 cards, I only did 2, not 3, Blaine. I was thinking, okay, what is the trend moving forward for holistic fitness? How is this going to work for him? And the first one that came up was, I don't know if you can see it because of the hickey do on my thing, but it is a child looking at a bird flying away, and it's called birth. There it goes, birth and renewal. Okay. And what this means is that a lot of people are starting over. A lot of people are either starting from, I don't know, what they were before is not what they are now. Things change, people change, their bodies change, whether it be injury or age or whatever. There's just a lot of things that happen. So they need to understand that there can be a renewal, like a birth, just like having a birth. And it is an amazing card for this.
Yeah, it
means, and there's an egg, and then the bird is flying out of the egg. So that means that a lot of people may still be in the egg and they don't see around themselves any way to break free, but then you can. And I thought that was really a great card. Let me tell you the little poem because I got this little book that goes with the cards. And the poem is always so cute. Wake up, now is the time for you to rise. Take off the mask and drop the disguise. Healing beckons, great the dawn. New life is awaiting to be born. And I thought, wow, when I saw the card, I was like, I can't believe this.
Holy moly. Wow.
Yeah. Now here's the second one. And this one is for the future, okay, of holistic fitness. Man, help me. This one is a bird again. I don't know if you can see it. It's called Freedom. Okay. The bird's freedom, and they're flying in a circle, kind of surround. And that is actually a symbol of a master symbol, meaning, oh, look, you can see it. The master symbol for energy work, which it means that you have power behind you, not just of your will, but you are being spiritually guided to help people. And there's several different kinds of birds in this. There's the owl, there's the dove, there's an eagle, there's all types of birds, which means the raven, you will find lots of people from all walks of life that have the same desire, and they're coming from different standpoints, different levels. Some people that are, hey, I'm a bodybuilder and I've got to overcome this injury, to, hey, I'm a 70-year-old grandma, and I just got out of rehab surgery, and I need to get back on my feet. So this is great. I'm so glad that those cards popped out for you, because it's a bright future. Here's the poem for birds. Okay, this is a new gateway is opening. Have courage and walk through it. You're soaring high right now. Don't let others bring you down. Sharpen your senses to the messages around you, and take steps to leave a difficult situation. Make a decision, because freedom awaits. In each direction, watch us fly. We send a message from the sky. We receive your feathers. We receive our feathers, hear our sound. Fly through life, now freedom's found.
Wow. Yeah. You're setting a lot of people free.
Yeah.
You're setting a lot of people free from the bondage that they didn't even, some of them didn't even realize they had.
Yeah. And what I want to say too, what I want to say to the audience is I know for a fact Lee does not pre-pick those cards. She grabs 2 of them out of the deck, or 3, or whatever comes out, and she reads what's given to her.
Thank you, Blaine.
And
that's right.
What she came through with right there on those cards was just so dead on accurate for what you're doing, Kato. And it's amazing that how well those cards have worked for Lee on this show.
I know. It's been intense. These little cards have been something. I love the fact that, spiritual can use any tool. The spirit world can use any tool, even when we are such a deficit. And I just, that's fantastic that you're getting encouragement for what you're doing. So where do you see this in 5 years, man?
Yeah. And I'll tell you this.
Go ahead, Blaine. Do it.
Go ahead.
Okay. One of the things I'm gonna tell you is you are a natural healer. You have that healing energy in you. And it takes one of us to know that, because me and Lee and Matt are all energy healers. And you're using your energy not only in a positive light, but a physical light to help people do what they need to do. And that's just a wonderful thing, man.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Most definitely.
I'm getting your Facebook right now so I can put a banner up, okay?
Hey, Lee, I honestly think you need to do a Reiki on him as well to open him up his energy a lot more.
I think so too. I
Yeah.
think so. Well, we'll do that. I shall do that. I'll run down the road and we'll put him in a circle. We shall do that. How do you feel about that?
I don't know what
Getting
that
some
is,
energy.
but okay.
Reiki,
Yeah.
okay. Reiki stands for energy healing. Energy is what you use is energy. Everything is energy. Okay.
Sure.
Always has been, always will be. Well,
Yeah.
when we do a Reiki attunement on you, it opens your body up where it can flow more energy for what you're doing. It'll be beneficial to you and your clients. And it doesn't hurt. It actually feels good.
Okay.
It does. It feels like little butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
No limits,
Interesting.
holistic fitness.
And what it'll help you do is where you're using your energy now, we teach you the Reiki part of it. You flow energy from all around you. So you don't use yours. And now you have 1,000,000 times more energy that you can use besides your own. And it's just, it's been scientifically proven that it works too. So
yes, if you look at, here you go. There's no limits holisticfitness.com. There's his website. So that's how you can reach out to Cato. And what Reiki is, it's okay. Your whole body has got energy that flows through it. And your spine is a circuit breaker. Yep. And you have the thought process and the intention to make your fingers move. And you can still do it even when you don't have a hand. You can still control in your mind. You want your fingers to move. That's why prosthetic limbs that are part robotic still work. Well, you can also do that with energy outside of your body. And there are physicists that are out there like Russell Targ and doctors right now that work with the Rhine Center, like Dr. Lloyd Auerbach, who studies at the Rhine Center how this actually works. They use Reiki as a form of healing in distance, and also being able to find missing people. And even CIA psychics are actually using a type of energy, sort of like a what do you call it? It goes around beep, and it goes around sonar, sonar type thing to be able to find someone. So it sounds like it might be far-fetched and new age like.
It goes around beep.
It goes around beep. Beep. So the idea here is that it we can control that. And when we can't control that energy around us, then we're able to. That was funny, wasn't it?
It was good. It was good.
It's out there now. Can't take it back.
Beep, beep. Yeah. So that's funny. So that's how you reach out to Cato. Do you have any other thoughts, Blaine? Because I've been talking up a storm.
Oh, that's fine.
I
like
you don't feel good today. I mean,
yeah, no, I'm hanging in there. I like what Brian's doing. He's giving back, and I think if we get him where he can flow energy, it'll help him a whole lot more. Because now you've got unlimited energy that you can use to help heal these people. And especially, like, I know I have post-traumatic stress disorder. Matt has it. Lee has it. What are some of the things that you do to help people with post-traumatic stress disorder? Because I'm all ears.
Me too.
And there's thousands of people all ears right now.
Yeah,
on the show.
So, how do I start with this? I have come to the conclusion that all the symptoms of PTSD are not something that you necessarily get rid of, right? So I have no expectation that I will ever completely return to the normal that I was prior to PTSD.
Yeah.
However, to expect that would be to expect that the things that you went through to arrive to that point would never have happened, because the things that happened that got you into that point can't be undone. You know, what's happened has happened, right?
Can't unring a bell. That's right.
No. So the key is to learn how to live with them and learn how to make that your superpower rather than your kryptonite.
Right.
So mind and body are one, right? So, you know, at the heart of it is giving you the tools to rebuild your physical body, which in turn, as you start to gain strength, that in turn builds confidence. When you start eating better and feeling better on the inside, that in turn also builds your mental and your internal confidence within yourself, because you know you've made a commitment. One, you started acting out on that commitment, and you're following through on the commitment. So essentially you are rebuilding your self-respect within yourself, gaining trust and confidence in yourself, which is part of what PTSD is in the first place, is a lack of confidence in yourself. Because whether it was an injury that happened, or you saw a battle buddy get injured, or, you know, just, you know, being in that line of work. And, you know, I'm speaking from a military standpoint. Obviously not everybody has gone through that same thing. Right. But, you know, the stuff that we saw while we were deployed, at some level, you either blame yourself or you blame people around you or the circumstances for what happened. In my case, I blame myself. Yeah, I had a lot of stuff going on. I was going through issues with my wife, you know, at the time in my personal life. I was very young, very naive, and, you know, therefore I wasn't focused, you know, and it created rifts between me and the guys that I was working with. So when stuff happened, you know, can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When the shit hit the fan and stuff happened, I blame myself for that for what happened. You know, it was all my fault. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't pay attention enough in training. I didn't pay attention enough while we were, you know, doing our PCCs, PCIs, whatever. I wasn't paying attention. I missed something, and therefore this stuff happened. And I'm still dealing with that. You know, still dealing with the trust issues of, you know, I got my wife that, you know, swore, you know, she'd never leave me nor forsake me and all that kind of stuff. I'm going through all this crap over here in the desert, and, well, you know, she wasn't following through on that commitment. So I'm split, you know. So now I got trust issues with women. I got trust issues with the guys that were around me, because, you know, they didn't know what was going on. And, you know, hey, that was my screw up again. I didn't tell them.
Yeah.
So, you know, there was rifts between me and those guys. And so holistically, it created trust issues with myself, trust issues with everyone around me. And to this day, I still deal with that. But by starting working on me, by going and starting through, you know, go seeing a therapist, talking that stuff out, starting to rebuild my commitment to myself. And now turning around, you know, hey, why should I continue to try just to live this, you know, or deal with this myself? I can turn around and share what I've been through, share my experiences with other people, and together we can work through this stuff together and build each other up stronger than we ever were before.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, the struggles we face prepare us for something. Yeah, I fully believe that everything happens for a reason. So
I do too.
what is that reason for? We may never know until we're laying on our deathbed and somebody says, man, just the fact that you shared that made a huge difference in my life, and I started stepping out there and doing what I needed to do to take care of myself, my family, whatever.
Absolutely.
You just never know. So you're rebuilding the commitment with yourself. We work together to come up with a custom plan that works towards whatever your goals are. And I have found that when I am in a state of gratitude, and this, I got this idea from Tony Robbins. I can't take full credit for it. But when you're living
R&D,
in a state
baby.
of gratitude,
Okay.
that's
Not
right.
research.
It's hard. It's difficult, if not impossible, to be in a bad state when you're in a state of gratitude. So
That's true.
basically one of the habits that I would prescribe someone that is dealing with PTSD or any mental health issue for that matter is to take, a few minutes a day to work on being grateful. They're everybody, regardless of what your situation, there's at least one thing that you can be grateful for every day. Even if it's nothing more than you woke up and you have another opportunity to go out and do something to make somebody else's life special. It's if you don't have nothing else, if you woke up this morning, you have something to be grateful for, because that means you're still here for a purpose.
Yep.
So there's that. I have a reading list that I've created, and based on whoever's going through whatever, I give them a custom reading list. It's all books that I've read, and have made a huge difference for me. I may not have always applied everything I've read in the book, but just having read it and seeing that from that other person's point of view, I found it to be beneficial to me. And then it's just creating that community of people that have gone through similar experiences that allow it, gives an open forum to share, knowing that other people have gone through similar situations, that that they can air those frustrations or issues, and know that the other people that are on the line have gone through something similar. So it's a holistic approach.
Something that I've learned from hanging out with you military folk is that you have battles. You call this is my battle. This is my battle buddy.
Oh yeah.
Now we have boo buddies in the paranormal field, but I can promise you that it's supposed to be, because if you're going into something and you're not really sure if it's going to be a positive or negative situation, you have to trust the people that you're with, that you're going to go in and come out at least together in the right mindset, that you're looking after each other. And when you figure out there are such things as spirits and that they can't affect you, just like you can affect them, sometimes things can take you by surprise. And I feel like a lot of people are stepping into wasp nests, so to speak. They're doing investigating and going into these places and looking at these extremely violent places, that had something horrible happen there, and the energy is still there, it's still trapped. And then they take it home. Yeah. And then they don't realize how it affects their lives. So for those of you that are the paranormal folk that I love so dearly, all my boo buddies out there, pay attention to how these guys here are talking about their battle buddies. This is what it means to have paranormal unity. This is what it means to be a tribe. Yeah. This is what it means to be family. And so try that when you are investigating. If you can't go into a place and know that that person is not going to leave you, or that's not going to suddenly turn on you and say negative things about you and attack you, 2 weeks later, because that's how it works. When negative energy starts its little mess, it's like a cancer, and it can completely ruin everything.
Well, Lee,
So make sure
exactly what you just said is the reason I came up with battle buddies. I mean, boo
I
buddies,
know.
because of the
Boo
battle
buddies.
buddies. It was
Yeah.
the same,
Mhm.
and it works both ways.
Concept. Yep.
Well, we've
Because-
started a line of clothes called Boo Buddies, and for paranormal investigators to wear the black, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and all because Blaine came up with the idea when he was helping us teach. It was really cool. We even had a graduation cake that had a little ghost on it. It had Boo Buddy on there. So cute. So Blaine, thank you for all you're doing to help everybody in the class get an idea with you and Matt together what the kind of commitment that I want people to see when they're investigating anything. If you're going skydiving, if you're going rock climbing, if you're going to go walk together, who is the one you can rely on most? Everybody will say yourself. Well, then you're in the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Well, you got to know who you can trust to have your 6, and that same person has to know that they could have your 6. And if you lose that right there, you can lose your battle buddy, or you can lose your own life because you guys weren't watching out for each other.
Yeah, right. Tom's chiming in. We need to have positive reinforcement in the paranormal field to have each other's backs against the negative. That's where I am. That's where I am. I don't want to be aligned with drama or negativity. Even if I have to be short-spoken or even blunt or even just ghost somebody. Get it? Ghost somebody. I thought that was funny. But the whole point is, just don't want it in our life.
Right.
Completely into. Okay, so 3 cards, one for each of you fellas. Okay, I've been shuffling the snot out of these things.
There we go.
Tom, I want you to come on the show and let's get Cato back, and let's see if we can get Dr. Young in here.
Yes.
To talk about PTSD, and let's see where we are, because Tom is a profiler. You guys are veterans and have Dr. Young, who was a psychiatrist with the VA. That would be a dream team show. I don't care who you are.
That'd be cool.
You'd want to stay up and watch that. Oh, let's do it. I get chills. Don't you think it would be amazing? Oh my God.
Yeah, that'd be a really cool show.
Robert Young actually invited us to. I got a big chill that time. This is a confirmation chill. We need to do this, Blaine. This might be the kickoff to our veteran program we've been talking about. There goes another one up my leg. This is definitely the right idea.
And our little shaman buddy too. Don't you think you can hide from this?
Oh, Mr. Brandon, you're in this with us.
We know you're in there. We know you're out.
Our little gnome. He's out there somewhere. Who knows?
Yep.
Okay, 1. There it is, right there. 2, 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. Just throw it.
Just throw it.
Okay, so yes. Wow, that's cool.
Wow.
These cards are so beautiful. The first one it looks weird. Thank you, Matt. Well, that didn't. Are we doing it?
Closer, a little further back.
Whoa. Quit wiggling.
It's so much fun.
I'm trying to keep my mouth shut. All right. Well, heck with it. This is called transference, buried in the earth. And what that means, you really messed me up. Okay. So what this means is sometimes when a shaman needs to completely and totally ground themselves, they want to just a fresh start. This is kind of like the rebirth that you had before, Cato. This was yours. It's called buried in the earth, and it means ground everything. Sometimes these shaman would have just a little reed, and they would allow themselves to be buried and want to stay in there for a significant period of time. And while there's ceremony over the top, and they can get themselves out. It's not like it's some masochistic type thing, but the main thing is this person is letting it all go. And it has been proven, like you were talking about in class, that you can actually take wires. What you doing?
I'm getting you a backing.
Oh, so that you can actually hold them and put your foot in the earth. We ain't doing nothing.
Ain't working nothing.
No?
Never mind.
Okay. Anyway, so
That's a
the
good idea.
idea, I got it.
Worth a shot.
Virtual background, none. I keep saying I'm never going to do the virtual background, and then I do it again
There you
anyway.
go.
There
Now
it
you
is.
can see it.
But the
we
idea
go.
is that the earth grounds you. The earth grounds energy. So it's getting rid of the negative, and you can bring in positive.
So it's a unique thing that came up because it's actually the subject of our class tomorrow. Tomorrow's class is about grounding.
Yes, it is.
And one of the things that is unique especially for skeptics and things like that, if you have never actually practiced grounding, you can take an ohm meter, you can hold the leads in your hands.
There it is. That's what I was trying to say.
And you can practice your grounding, and you can watch that resistance going down and down and down and down. And what it is you're releasing, your body's a big conduit. You got your breakers, you got your wires, you got all that stuff. Your body's a big conduit. And what do you do? It's also a power plant. So what do you do when you're building a power? You have to put in a ground rod, right? So you have to ground yourself. And that's one of the things that you've got to learn to do to get rid of that negative energy is to ground. And that's one of the cool subjects that we're covering. Unique that it came up that card. That's what we're covering in class tomorrow.
So that one's yours. That's your card.
So that's my card.
That's your
This
card.
one's mine. All right.
All right. And so this one is Lane's card. Okay. And it's called the shaman card. Surprise, surprise, huh?
Yeah.
He's a shaman. And the shaman card is about completion. It's about being able to take yourself to the next level.
Oh, wow.
If you can see the red, see the red feathers of the bird, and then there's a bird here, all through there. And then the master symbols on the side. What this is saying is you can complete yourself. You can, you've been a soldier and now you're not, but you still are at heart. I mean, you're still that baseball player too. You're still that guy too. And now it's time for you to complete yourself, be your best version of you. I think that's really cool. And the card's just gorgeous. And it does have a phoenix on it.
Nice.
And I thought it was really cool
cool
that we were just talking about that. All right. So this means this is yours, Cato. This one is called Soul Reclamation, which means reclaiming your soul.
Wow. That's
which means
intense.
reclaiming who you are. When something happens and people are starting to have nightmares and they're starting to have familiar things happen, but they're struggling with it. And it's like, where is this coming from? What this usually means is that they're having a memory. And I don't know how you feel about past lives, but usually they're little small snippets. And so what you're doing is you're stepping into your authenticity. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. You're seeing the truth in a situation. Open your eyes at what people are saying and be gentle with yourself. You're on the mend, and release judgment of yourself and others and connect with trust. So let's piece back your fragile soul to heal, to balance, and make you whole. Retreat from feeling guilt or shame. Personal power is yours. Reclaim. So it's saying you're getting back something that was stolen from you, that was taken from you. Wow. And, I claim this with you, brother.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And this is the walk you're on.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Boom.
Right
on. Not only are you on that walk yourself, but you're guiding people through that walk.
Yes, he is.
Yes, you're being the Pied Piper for real. What do you think, Blaine? Yes.
I think it was perfect. I think it was perfect. And
see, I was shuffling.
David Hembry, Cheerios, brother. Cheerios.
Yeah, David Hembry saying that he's asking about
Cheerios.
He needs. Yeah, that's what they say. One question is cholesterol. What can he do?
I want cholesterol. What is good?
Yeah. What can
So
you do to
the
help
good,
yourself?
the good is the HDL. So high LDL is considered the bad cholesterol. It raises the risk of heart attack and stroke. So a combination of high LDL along with high triglycerides raises the risk of heart attack. Whereas HDL is the good and helps flush the bad cholesterol and stuff out. So, and specifically, is he asking numbers or?
I think he's wanting to know what should he eat, what should he
Help
do.
lowers bad cholesterol.
Yeah.
What to lower bad cholesterol? I got you. So stay away from high processed foods and high fatty processed foods. Good fats would be like avocado, salmon. Anything high in omega-3 fatty acids is going to be good cholesterol. Anything that's like deep fat fried is something you would want to stay away from, or at least limit as much as possible. You may not be able to completely get away from bad cholesterol, but you can certainly reduce it. And sticking with those things like the avocado, and you can and stay away from seed oils when it comes to you doing your cooking and stuff like that. So extra virgin olive oil would be the preference when it comes to cooking, or avocado oil or something like that.
So no more corn oil. That's not good for
Correct.
you. Don't fry
What about
anything.
peanut?
Don't eat white stuff, rice and potatoes.
What about peanut oil? Is that okay, or is that still?
I don't know.
Any of the seed oils is going to be higher in the LDL stuff. Omega 6s. Now again, the idea is to reduce as much as possible. So if it's not economically feasible for whatever reason, you can't completely get away from it. The goal is to reduce or eliminate as much as possible. So if you can't completely get rid of it, increase the intake of the better stuff, like the salmon or the avocado and things of that nature. And then just increasing water intake and movement. So adding some more steps into your daily movement efforts.
So here's a recipe I bet you'd like. It's pineapple glazed barbecue shrimp. And instead of frying it, what you would do is grill it on barbecue skewers. And you can use the pineapple juice in with like barbecue sauce. And you can even put the pineapple on the skewer with it. And it only takes about 6 pieces on each skewer. And that way you're just, you're not adding sugar. You're not adding really anything. Oh, David said he appreciates that. He's taking medicine for that.
Yeah.
So you
and
cook 4 minutes on each side.
Lee, I have made that so many times with the shrimp barbecue
Have
sauce.
you?
Oh my God. It's one of my favorite kebabs ever.
Ooh,
Nice.
well, I'm ready to try that.
Good too.
You could switch it out with salmon.
Yeah.
We'll be over.
I bet
When we come over, Blaine, that's on the menu.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's on.
when I come up there the 10th, we'll put that on our menu, Matt.
Heck
You
yeah.
can meet with Cato when you come on the 10th.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Okay, so David's saying, he doesn't. She said she doesn't eat pineapple but drinks the juice. And David's saying, I love salmon. Well, don't fry it and you'll be okay. Make you a salmon stew or something.
Yeah, put it on a smoker. Yeah,
Smoker.
Yeah.
Oh my God, smoked salmon. Mwah.
Yeah, Michael
I love it on the
Robert.
grill.
Oh,
Michael,
yeah,
am I saying your last name right? Is it Robert or Robert? He said the best place to get organic food would be like Whole Foods or places that sell organic food. I love going to farmers market, getting it directly from, the farm, cutting out the middleman. So I think that's fantastic.
So what a lot of people don't realize, and I found this out when I was working in in industrial food processing is most of the vegetables that are picked and brought to the table, farm to table, are actually picked before they're ripe. They're not fully ripened on the vine. They're put into trucks, and then as they're transported in these trucks, they've got these cans of basically like a sterno that burns in there, and the petroleum ripens it inside the truck. So it's inside an enclosed environment, absorbing all this petroleum product that is ripening it. So you can take a green apple, throw it in a truck, drive it 100 miles with one of these sternos burning in the back of it, and you pull it out and it'll be bright red, but it actually hasn't gone to full ripen. So you're not getting all that full
you're not getting all the nutrients.
Yeah,
and we're not rotating our crops either.
Yeah.
Right.
We're trying our best to just grow in the same area. And we're not living as long as we see all kinds of people in the Bible that lived hundreds of years.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no Methuselahs around anymore.
No, if they do,
they're on their own they're growing their own food.
They are. Man, I want to get a chicken house, and I want to have my greenhouse, and I want to start canning again. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Not too much on the sodium side either.
Yep.
We're almost there. We've got the greenhouse going. I've just got to get started. The chickens, I don't know yet. I want the Easter egg chickens. They're going to be so pretty that I'm not going to want to eat them. the eggs,
So,
man, I'm with you. Just say, hey, we're eating Hoppy Bundy today. We're eating Hoppy chicken, and
I don't really want the
chicken.
Eat. I just want the laying eggs. The egg layers. No roosters. Oh my God, they're so loud.
When we used to butcher cows, we had them by numbers, and it was a whole lot easier to say, yeah, we're eating number 57 today, than versus we're eating Ted today.
We had 2 new cats show up, Blaine. They're twins, but they're reversed. One's got black with a white jaw, and the other one's white with a black jaw, and they have huge heads. And clearly they came together. So, excuse me. I call them Big Head Ted and Big Head Fred.
Nice.
When you come here, you'll see.
That's what I would have called them too.
Big
Head Ted, Big Head Fred.
And that's like, how are we going to do this thing with the chickens if you've got all these cats around? So I don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's going to be very interesting. It'll be very
use the welded wire, not the little chicken screen stuff.
Yeah,
definitely.
Little mesh squares.
Yep. That's a good idea. So Michael's got a good point. Getting organic food is expensive, and not a lot of people can afford that. So what we were talking about is, if you go to farmers markets, I mean, it's just started. Next weekend will be probably the kickoff of farmers markets and plant sales and things like that. And you can get them. Also, an idea, there is a company that does imperfect groceries, imperfect.com or imperfect grocery. I don't know who they are, but I got a shipment from there, and it's the food that gets picked over that's not sent to the store. The cucumber might, be curly or something, or the tomato might have a little bulb on the side of it. It's not beautiful. It doesn't look like the pictures on packaging, stuff like that. And you get them cheaper. I was shocked. We got this huge box of food for $53.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And we had fresh Brussels sprouts. We had salmon. We had different kinds of, we had carrots, chicken breast. That's all,
And with the prices and inflation the way it's going right now, I mean, we may end up being cheaper going to farmers markets and buying food, buying fruit from them. Because I mean, the prices you go in the grocery store, it's mind-boggling how you can go get the same exact thing you bought 2 weeks ago, and it's how much you watch that price keep going up and up and up and up.
Yeah, but the
And,
farmers aren't getting it. The
Right.
other stores are. We have a guy up the street that sells pecans. He has huge pecan groves, and he'll harvest his pecans and then he sells them to the distributor that takes it to the grocery stores. And he's watching those prices go up, but they're not giving him any more money.
Right.
So he started distributing them himself.
Yeah.
So he's got a good plan.
A lot of farmers are starting to do that. It's becoming a real popular thing. The farmers are starting to take that food straight to market. And these farmers markets are growing up, and you're starting to see little farmers markets growing up. Like we got a small one that's popped up here in next to the town that we live in.
We have two red lights.
So it popped up, and the county council was like, "Hey, we're going to put we've got this little market here that we do shows and stuff. We're going to start doing a farmers market on Sundays." So it's turned into a farmers market. So we now have 2 farmers markets in one town, which is amazing that we have 2 farmers markets. But it's pretty cool that option's out there, that extra option's out there.
Well, you know what? If it keeps going like this, we'll have our own gardens and we'll be trading food like we used to when I was a kid. Yeah. The neighbor down the street had tomatoes and we had too many cucumbers, and I'd take them down there and she'd send a bag back with her. You know, why not go back to what we know?
Right. And I will say this: there's probably a dozen people that are growing that I know this year that have decided to raise chickens and have their own eggs. I mean, people are doing their farms and chickens. I mean, even in small rural towns, you know, even inside of cities and city limits, they're doing it.
So a comment on the price of groceries and all that kind of stuff. One, you know, the truth of the matter is, okay, maybe it's more expensive to shop healthy than it is to just buy whatever. But at the end of the day, whether it is or not, you're going to pay the price now, or you're going to pay the price later.
Right.
Good point.
I know me personally, I would rather pay the price now in spending it on, you know, healthier options and not give it to the doctor or the insurance guy or whatever later.
Right.
Secondly, you know, obviously, you know, completely organic and, you know, whole foods, you know, if you can afford to go to whole food store or whatever, you know, sure, the higher the quality, the better, you know, the better your experience is going to be. But if you're on a budget, you can buy frozen. There's nothing wrong with frozen. Matter of fact, that's what I do. I would stay away from canned because that typically tends to be more processed, have more preservatives and all that kind of thing. So, you know, it's less helpful. But, you know, again, you know, you do what you can handle. You make the best decision that you can for your family and for your own health. And that's, you know, making those small incremental steps and moving towards something more, you know, more healthy is the goal. And to take that a step further, just like, you know, you can look ahead at the menu or you can plan ahead. Okay, I know I'm not going to be able to find nothing healthy at Taco Bell. Let's go to San Jose's or whatever, where I can be a little bit more choosy about what I'm putting in my body.
Yeah.
The same can be applied to shopping for groceries. You know, let's see, based on my budget, I can either go to the local grocery store and I can just buy whatever, or I can go to somewhere like Costco, or I can go to a farmer's market. I can plan my budget out ahead of time, knowing that I want to eat healthier. I want to provide healthier options for my family, and plan ahead, just like you would doing your meal planning. Or I want to eat healthier when I go out, but I want to still be able to go out and have a good time with my friends. Look at the menu. If all of your friends want to go to, you know, I don't know, Wendy's or something like that, you know, look in that same general area and make a recommendation that more closely aligns with your goals. And at the end of the day, if none of your friends are in support of your goals of living healthier and improving your lifestyle, you might need to look for some better friends.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I started eating the hamburgers without the bun. And, if I go to this one particular restaurant, the hamburger without the bun is called a hamburger steak, and it's this much more expensive. If I order a hamburger with no bun, I get the salad and the burger, and it's the cost of the burger.
Yeah.
It's like, that worked out. And
choosing phrasing on your words when
you're
you're
right. But the thing I was going to say, there's a lot of places that will sell burgers without the bun, and you could just have a salad dressing instead of the other condiments. I've been pushing away the fries and getting like a yogurt parfait, like at Chick-fil-A. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the oil is actually on the favorable side for us. Matt does the grilled, so he just avoids the whole thing altogether.
Yeah.
But I'm trying. I am trying, and I'm doing less sugar as well.
Sugar is very hard to avoid in our society because
it's
put
stuff.
in everything,
Yes, it is.
and then it's disguised as so many different things. There's so many different ways they call it, fructose and all this kind of stuff that they disguise it and call it different things. When in reality, it's sugar. It's very difficult if you're not being careful to avoid it. You have to be very cognizant of what you're eating and what you're buying.
I've even started. That's right. Michael is saying, I don't know if it's true, but they say turkey burger is much healthier than the other burger. And he said that he even gets turkey bacon. And, I've heard the same thing. The tryptophan in it might make you a little sleepy. You might want to wait till nighttime.
Wait till you nap.
Yeah. Matt makes the best smoked turkey. It's amazing. Yes.
All
We're
right,
going to
Matt,
have to plan this.
I know we're gonna have to make a smoked turkey and some pineapple shrimp, barbecue shrimp. So
Yep, we've got us a list of things now. So when you come to town, we'll grab Cato and we'll do something fun.
Yeah.
Let's get Wayne on the smoker and stuff, and I'll do the Polynesian veggies and see how it goes.
Oh yeah. One of our coworkers, Wayne, a good friend of ours.
Oh man.
When it comes to a smoker, it's mind blowing.
He's gifted.
Yeah,
he is
gifted.
Oh, I can't wait for you to get here.
Certainly
Blaine. I know
attest.
you don't feel good. I'm so glad you came on the show, Blaine. I know you didn't feel good today. You're a trooper. You really are.
Yeah.
And Cato, we have enjoyed having you, and I really appreciate all the things that you've been doing for Matthew and I.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, you didn't talk about your cell phone app you've got.
Yeah.
That's a really cool tool.
Yeah, it is.
So the entry level is the First Form, which First Form is an outstanding company. is based on people getting people results. It's measured on results, not on sales, or I can't remember how the saying goes. But anyway, they're founded on core values, and it's about families and camaraderie and loyalty and all that kind of stuff. Much like our Army values, or I'm sure the Air Force has something similar.
We have the same core values you guys do.
Yeah. So, outstanding company. They're mindful about the way they build the supplements and all that kind of stuff. And
Jay says, "Make it be hungry," and I just ate.
Same. And for the higher level program, the more customized program, I have my own custom app that I use to deliver the custom programming.
Oh, okay.
Right now.
I like the fact that there's something. Oh, okay. So we've got a follower of the show, Michael Robert. I'm saying it wrong. I know I'm saying it wrong, but my knee-jerk reaction is to be French with it. He says that he's missed being with us on the show and watching it. He said he's been shipping stuff off, and he's planning on moving out there to live. And he said that he just liked the cost of living, and so he's moving. Okay,
right.
Does that mean you're moving to the South, brother? What are you saying? Have I got a neighbor or what?
I'm thinking he's moving to Dominican Republic, but I could be wrong.
DR. Also, Tom is saying when you're flying me down when are you flying me down for that menu? No joke, man. It's gonna come down here. Oh yeah, DR. He's going to the DR. You're right, Dominican.
I'm just that
Wow.
good.
You're just that good.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Oh Lord. Well, yeah, I'm trying to light my candle and I can't get it to light because we start our show lighting the candle. I can't get it to light. Therefore, I can't blow it out. So we can't end the show until I get this thing lit.
Hey, Lee, can I tell a funny Jennifer story?
Oh, bless. Yeah, you're only able to do this because she's out of town. You know that, right?
She'll listen to the show anyway, so she knows. She told me I could do it. Well, Saturday, she went and flew to Illinois to see her mom, sister, and brother. Well, she gets to the airport, and her sister and her mom was supposed to pick her up. Well, her sister's car broke down on the side of the road. Jennifer's sister, she's stranded at the airport because the rental place, the car rental place is closed at 3:30. She landed at 3:35 and they were gone. She said it looked like a ghost town in Bloomington Airport. So she had to end up taking her first Uber ever. And the Uber took her over to where her sister's car was broke down. And then the tow truck showed up and they had to put, including the driver, they had to put her sister, Jennifer, and her mom in the front seat with all Jennifer's luggage and drive back about 40 miles from Bloomington back into Springfield where they live. And I got
Poor
tickled at
baby.
it. Well, I got tickled. What made me laugh? She says, "Mom, there used to be planes, trains, and automobiles. Now it's planes, Ubers, and wreckers."
Oh my goodness. I could just see that little woman mad. It's like, come on, folks.
Like I'm trying to figure out who was more mad. Is Jennifer was more mad, or her sister Ellen was more mad because it's her car that broke down? I'm like,
Blaine's a big boy. Blaine, I come to maybe about right here on Blaine, and his wife could easily walk under his arm. And yeah. I'm sorry, Blaine, but she's the alpha, right? She is. Oh my God. You're so cute. You guys are so cute. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put your banner back up. We're at 8:30. I can't believe the show's wrapping up. Do you have anything else that you want to discuss about the programs that you put together, Cato?
No.
I feel like I'm missing something.
Just that, at the end of the day, my goal is to help people. So, if I can in any way to reach out, even if I can't help, if I'm not confident that I can help the person, I will do my best to refer them to someone who can.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
If there's any doubt, just reach out and we'll figure out together whether working together is right for the individual person.
I agree.
I do have one last thing to announce. I will be launching a 90-day program. The month of the 4th and 5th of May is the goal official launch. I'd be doing it in conjunction with my first Spartan race of the season.
That was what I was going to ask you, and I had forgotten. That's it. He's doing the Spartan race.
Yeah, so I'll be in Fayetteville, North Carolina for the Spartan trifecta, roughly 23 miles split over 2 days. 40 to 50 obstacles, I think, total.
I'd be calling me an Uber. I'll be doing a Jennifer. Calling me an Uber. I'd start out big and strong. So no way.
Any listeners that are in the area, come out and cheer me on, have a good time, or throw on some shoes and jump out there and do it with me.
Oh my God. My heart would be there, but my heart would be there. And I wish you all the blessings and success, man. I want this to go so well for you.
Yep.
And that it touches a lot of people. Oh, wow. I've never done anything like that. I didn't even make it through some of those when you were in PE as a kid, you had to take the presidential
Yep.
whatever.
Presidential fitness test.
I could do I could do ballet, tap, jazz. I could do social dance. I can dance for hours. Couldn't do those tests. I could not throw a softball to save my soul. Now, if I had to throw something at someone, I bet I could do that. Oh well, God help me.
It's interesting. It's interesting how the motivation changes the effectiveness of whatever you're doing.
I know.
Yeah. Matt was saying, I said, I would never make, being a soldier, that would never work. I mean, and we were going through these steps, and he said, well, when you had to close your eyes and hold your hands out and balance on your toes, I've never had to do that as a soldier. So that would be no problem. And I said, what about throwing the softball? He said, well, throwing a grenade. I said, I bet you I'd chunk that one. I'd chunk it. Woo! It would be gone.
Hey,
The great thing about grenade,
if you couldn't,
I would be motivated to get that gone.
You ain't lying.
great motivation to get that thing away from you.
Be over there throwing like Nolan Ryan.
Mhm. I'd be doing some Happy Gilmore kind of something, hitting it with something, if nothing else. Oh, my goodness.
share the Facebook group too.
Oh, yeah. Let me get that. Hold on. Hey, he got my candle lit so we can end the show.
Yay,
That's-
Matt.
He had to.
I'm useful for something.
Ah. Okay. So is that it? No, that's your Instagram. Head coach of. Is that it? Let's see if that's it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it is. Look at you.
I love your banner.
I do too. And it's a phoenix. I did put it together. Oh my gosh.
So interestingly enough, when I originally launched the company, the niche, or the focus on people with injuries and PTSD and all that stuff wasn't the original plan. Like it wasn't like that wasn't in the back of my mind when I picked the thing. The holistic fitness was because I realized in my own journey that you can't just work out, you can't just eat right. It's all encompassing because no matter what your motivation is fleeting. So it's an all encompassing thing. You have to have the mind, the discipline to go along with it. So it's a holistic endeavor to live a healthy lifestyle. It isn't just one thing. It's all of it. So that's where the name comes from. And my own personal conviction that we're only limited by our own viewpoint and mindset, and our own
Between our ears. I got you.
right. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, some of the stuff that I've posted recently were different people that have lost limbs and are still doing incredible stuff. Like I posted, I think today, fella had one arm and he's doing a power clean overhead with 220 pounds, and there's a whole bunch of people that have all of their appendages and can't do that.
That would
This
be me.
dude, not.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. I don't think I could do 220. Not in that exercise anyway. But here's this guy with one arm. Not only did he enter into a competition, but he's doing ridiculous weight too. So
Right on.
it just goes to show that you're only limited by your own the stuff between your ears, not by outer stuff. You choose your how successful you're going to be at any given thing. But I started talking to a business coach, and he threw out there talking about different clients that I've worked with, and he said, well, why don't you focus on people with injury? And I got to thinking, well dang, no limits holistic. So it's all encompassing, no limits. Well, what do most people when they've gone through an injury or something, they feel like they're limited for one reason or another. So the name kind of works with that demographic. The phoenix, what is that representation? It's rising from the ashes, right?
Yeah, I didn't put it all together.
Overcoming
Then you've got
things.
the rebirth card. Oh, that's insane. I don't.
Yeah,
Right.
I
So
didn't even,
it's
I'm sorry I hadn't put all that together.
yeah. So it's like,
Christopher,
well, I when I designed this thing, I was already going that direction. So yeah, heck yeah, that makes perfect sense now.
that is so awesome. Christopher, I'm going to add you. I know it's the last few minutes. You've been so busy in the chat room. Thank you for balancing both. Christopher, do you have any questions for Cato? Because he has been chiming in about how he's lucky to be alive and how he's been able to,
I'll be right back.
how the things that
I'm one of the unfortunate ones that had to take GLP-1s because I have genetic issues.
yeah, he's got some genetic issues.
And
So
I've been diabetic since they suspect since I was 8 or 9 years old, type 2.
Oh wow.
yeah, I didn't know that. Type 2 diabetic, huh?
You can have it earlier in adulthood,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
type 2, but it's extremely rare.
And you said you take
That's rough.
Mounjaro, is that right?
Mounjaro.
Mounjaro?
Yeah.
Are you on a fitness plan, Sweet Pea?
A medically crafted one because I can't lift more than 10 pounds of spina bifida.
Okay. Well, I should send you some of the exercises I'm doing sitting in a chair. I bet you could do it.
Those are the ones I do.
Are
And
they?
we're
Well,
doing that
you should send
program
them-
too.
you should join Cato's Facebook group. You should definitely do that. Maybe you'll find some things that'll touch your heart, bless you. Maybe some good recipes or something. I joined it. They're really nice people in there.
And I did research why omega-6 is bad for you. It's because of the way it's processed in food. You're actually supposed to take 369. It's
Yes.
called omega-15, which is a combination of all three.
Christopher, so
people
nice.
don't know that.
He's my buddy.
It's expensive about taking all three. I have a jug here of 200 capsules, and because it's not very well known, it's not exactly cheap.
Yeah.
And I take Nado and a couple other supplements, and they found I was low in taurine, so I take this. It's the same amino acid that carnivores like cats have to have, but they're finding that. But they're finding it since 2021 that it has a very high role in human metabolism, this amino acid, as you probably know, sir. And humans need to take like somewhere between 1,000 to 3,000 milligrams a day in their food.
Christopher, do you have questions of how he talks to his clients? Or
right. I have no questions.
I know he's doing great, isn't he? Mm-hmm. Christopher and I are going to be teaching a class soon. We're really excited about it. Christopher, if he took a test right now, he could probably get his master's in theology. And so we're going to talk about angelology. He's going to help us with our class. Yep. And it's just really fantastic to have him as a buddy.
My main specialty is the Apocrypha and stuff like that, and demonology. That's topics that they're not really discussed out in public. You only hear about in seminary if you're a Catholic.
Yeah, I've got all the books of the Apocrypha. I've got all the books of Moses, Book of Mary, of course Enoch. That's the one that's the big one.
There's a lot in
there. There's a lot in there.
Churches that want or think about putting it at the beginning of the Bible where it originally was, Enoch.
Yeah. Cato's got a bit of a library together, Christopher, of different books that he recommends to some of his clients about motivation, about health and wellness. Have you got anything like that you can contribute to the reading?
Not really. I do research on this stuff, which is not really.
Maybe what you're doing. Oh, there you are. I said, what are you doing?
I was really not really consumer focused. I do clinical trials and other research.
Yeah, you do. He does a lot of work with. He actually helps doctors do research.
Oh
He's my
wow.
little Stephen Hawking buddy. He's
Uh,
so
um,
smart.
that's why I'm so excited about the GLP-1s because of
Mhm.
all what I've learned about them. They actually do a lot more than weight loss. And
Mhm.
I don't really advocate their use for weight loss. They're really, if lifestyle solutions like Andrew's solutions don't work, then I would be for it. But for serious medication meant for diabetes and sleep apnea, PCOS, and other problems, and really extreme um, heavy weight that cannot be controlled with exercise.
I'm going to stop you for a second, Christopher. So, Blaine, when you come to town, May 10th, maybe the night of the 10th or the night of the 11th, I'm not sure. Maybe we can catch up with Cato and
Great.
Right
just
on.
hang out a minute so you can see each other face to face. We're going to
Right
be
on.
doing some fun things. Instead of Aiken, South Carolina, we've changed it up. We're going to be in Newberry. We've got 3 businesses there that have asked us to come, including one of the
Right on.
museums. So I'm really
Oh, nice.
excited. And Cato, you're welcome to go along. I know that's not your walk, but it might be something fun for you to experience something new. I'll cheer you on in the Spartan race.
I admire him for what he
Be like,
does.
go, go,
Yeah.
Kato, go.
Yeah, I might can
Is
pedal
that-
beside you, for a little
Hey.
while anyway.
See,
I don't
Kato,
think
I
we
can
will.
run
That,
vicariously through you because you're going to do the running
Yeah.
and all that stuff that I can't do. So you got all my energy, brother, and I'll send
Yeah.
you more.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Well, we
I'll
can,
take all of that I could get.
yeah, let's do what we can,
Yeah.
to support him. Everybody, reach out to Cato. Those of you listening and watching, reach out to Cato. Here, let me show you how. Okay, he's got a Facebook page. He's got a website, NoLimitHolisticFitness.com. And Facebook page that matches, facebook.com/No Limits Holistic Fitness.
I'd like to take a moment to reach out to all of our veterans and all of our first responders, all of our firefighters, our law enforcement that you may be going through bouts with PTSD. You may be going through injuries that you're having to deal with and cope with, and this is your time. Do not sit there and say, I'm at the end. I can't get any better. I'm done. Don't let those demons creep in on you. We're all here together and we're going to do everything we can to better ourselves, to better each other, to better our community, to watch out for each other. Your battle buddies forever, for life.
Yep.
This
That's
life,
true.
this life and the next. Let's make sure that we're staying, reaching out to your brothers and sisters. Make sure that if you've got somebody that is in a situation where they need somebody to come to them and talk to them, reach out to them. Cato has got a good program here that is perfectly tailored and can be tailored to your specific needs. So don't give up. Make sure you stick it out. Jump in there, get online, talk to them about it. See if this is the right thing for you.
Yes.
I promise you, you're going to be better. You're going to feel better for getting involved in it and talking to somebody about it. And for everybody else, all the rest of our soldiers, we know how to hide because we know what to look for. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that you're not hiding what's wrong because we know what to look for. Make sure you're reaching out to your battle buddies. Losing any more of our brothers and sisters is unacceptable.
Yes.
We've got to
Exactly.
stick together, and we've got to make sure that we are stronger as one.
Yep.
We will
Stronger
always be
together.
stronger together.
Yes.
Always.
If
So-
anybody has an issue they need to speak to, they want to talk to somebody about it, you can reach out to me. You can reach out. There's help available. There's the 988 number you can call.
Yeah,
You
that's
can reach.
usually Blaine's mission. He talks about that a lot when we
Yep.
first started the show. He was doing that every one, and I feel like we need it tonight. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Matt's already on it.
Yep.
A 988 suicide and crisis line available 24 hours in English, Spanish, and several other languages. If you feel like you're just really having a night where you need somebody to listen, well, we've got that for you.
Yep.
They do also speak with police and other first responders. There is a veterans crisis line that's 24/7, and you can text 838-255, or you can chat online. So I don't have a poster made for that, but I just feel like those of you watching, if you're trying to get a hold of your life and get it flipped around and you're coming out of the ashes, this is the time. You know, we've got people spiritually that can help you. Me, Blaine, and Matt can do that. We've got Cato that's got the body side of it, and it is all connected.
It is all
It's all connected. And what's holding you back is between your ears.
Yep.
Between your ears. You can do anything you put your mind to. And if you have the intention of living your best life now, then this is it.
It's time to be that phoenix rising from the ashes. You know, we're
Yeah,
all behind
buddy.
you. know.
Ooh, baby, I'm rising from the ashes.
And
I have a lot of
Yeah.
respect for you, Cato.
He's got me. I do feel better after losing weight and looking at Matt losing weight and changing our lifestyle to be more healthy. I really do. I don't look. I used to be an insomniac. Everybody that knows me knows that I was an insomniac. First thing I told Cato when he was doing my physical assessments, I'm an insomniac. I can't sleep well. He's like,
Yep.
we got to change that. You need to go to the doctor. Type 2 diabetic, gave me medicine. Now I sleep like a baby.
Yep.
I'll come in here and say, good night, Matt. And I'll kiss him. And he's like, wait a minute, you're going to bed? Yes, I'm going to bed and I'm going to sleep. You know?
Really?
Maybe. No. But
So-
I feel like if I've had successes, 3 big things in my life: my weight, my heart running away from me, the palpitations were awful. That created some of my bad moments that I have with my PTSD. That feeling of flight. I mean, unless you've ever had to run for your life or fight for your life, you won't know that feeling. And when my heart starts to race like it does, it's hard.
Right.
It's hard, and it would set me off. And there's been times where I started waking up, having the dream, and the truth is, the feeling was causing me to have the dream. I wasn't having the dream causing the feeling. And then when I got it, this is a big deal for me. When I finally got it diagnosed and started taking medicine to help it stop, the dream stopped.
Right.
So sometimes you can associate things. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get emotional, but sometimes you can associate things with bad things that's happened and it's not even connected.
Yeah.
So, I'm free.
I guarantee you there's veterans out there that feel the same way. I know for me, smells. There are some smells that I will never be able to get out of my nose and my system. And every now and then you get something that gives you that little moment, and you're like, oh my gosh, that just took me right back.
I'm so sorry.
There's that stuff that you, like you said, that you can't unsee. And once you've seen it, once you've experienced it, you're never going to lose it. It's going to be there with you, but you just turn that weakness into strength, like you were talking about, Cato, and you just make it. You pull power off of that, you pull energy off of that, and you make it your best.
Matt's been teaching me a lot of that. When these dreams started coming back, I was like, oh God, here we go. And he was like, no, you're not doing that. You're going to stand up and tell it, like you do these spirits that you deal with that are negative. You can stand up to it and make it stop. And I did. So, yeah. Woo, now it's done. So I'm sure I'll have more, but at least I don't have a string of them like I did, right?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Cooper's in the house. Hey, Brandon.
There's our little buddy.
We've been talking about you. Yeah. So you got to join Cato's, here it is, his Facebook group.
Yes.
I've already introduced you to him. We need you in there so we can have us a team, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so here's our Native American blessing, and then we're going to wrap it because we're going to use this as an encore. And this will be the first episode. Brandon, I don't know if you heard, but I was able to get things switched around to go back on to Roku. And soon we'll be going on to Amazon. What is it? Amazon Fire TV.
Yes.
So we'll be able to do both at the same time. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited.
Multiple forums that we will be on. And if you guys didn't know, Repossessed is on Hulu, Apple TV, and it's on Disney. So you got a Disney princess in the house if you didn't know that. I think that's
Disney Plus.
It will be a princess,
watched
guys. Oh my God.
So I think it's official. We got us a Disney princess now.
It's so sweet. I
So
love
I guess
it.
that makes me the ogre under the bridge. I don't know.
Oh,
So.
now you're the Prince Charming. Don't go there. Here is our Native American blessing. It's a short one. This is by Chief Dan George. May the stars carry away your sadness. May the flowers fill your heart with beauty. And may hope forever wipe away your tears. And above all, may silence make you strong. Thank you for watching Family Spirit International.
Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Spirit.